everyone. Let me tell you that I really appreciate that you will hear my presentation. So firstly, let me introduce myself just a little. I'm an undergraduate student in the National University of Engineering, and I'm also assistant professor there. And why I mention that? Because many professors in my university have or teach you traditional construction processes. One of the biggest problems in my country is that more than the 90% of buildings or houses, we measure that is informal construction. More than 90% of houses or buildings don't follow anything, don't follow any standard, Peruvian standard, don't follow anything, as I said. So we have the first problem, that is traditional construction processes, and we know that the concrete is the main material used in the construction industry around the world. So we have that the problem in Peru is the traditional construction processes, and we know that concrete is the main material. So with that, the topic of this presentation is 3D printing, an opportunity for the sustainable development of building construction. As I mentioned, traditional construction processes have many shortcomings. One of the waste of resources. In Peru, we have several problems related that if you want to have a house, it's so expensive for Peruvian people, and we also have high rate of occupational accidents and recent. So I want to explain you what is 3D concrete printing. Actually, yesterday, one professor for 2UM was talking about that, so it's not necessary. Okay, methodology. I want you to understand what is the message here. The message is, if you want to implement a new technology in a country, you have to understand that this paper or this presentation is the first step. Why? Because we have to we have to make a bibliographic review process. In this case, we have to identify what are those opportunities or barriers implementing 3D concrete printing. So we found 419 papers, and then with two filters, like scanning and abstract, scanning title and abstract, we have to read it, the paper, to understand what is the topic. And also the second filter was list of opportunities and barriers, because when we read the papers, we want to find some opportunities and some barriers in another countries. So the final set was 65 papers founded in all the 400. So we use keywords like 3D concrete printing, and also we use complement like challenge, barriers, issues, opportunities, problems, and enablers. In this slide, I summarize all the methodology. As I mentioned, firstly, we use a literal review, and as a result, we got 6 opportunities and 10 barriers in the implementation of 3D printing. So then, and what I think is the most important process is we have to validate it, all the list of opportunities and barriers. But why? Because when we were trying to get the list of opportunities and barriers, we know that all those opportunities come from another countries. Another countries means another standards, another culture, another economy situation. So that's why it's so important to validate these opportunities. So as a result, we have the list of opportunities validated, right? And then with this list of opportunities, we designed a survey to rate and score them, opportunities and barriers. And 20 professionals for the construction industry, Peruvian construction industry, were interviewed. With this data, we use AHP method for the opportunities, and we use best word for the barriers. Then as a result, we got the main opportunities and barriers for the implementation of a full-scale 3D printing of houses in Peru. As you can see, this is all evidence, like the survey and some results. Then we have the list of opportunities and barriers. Time saving and low cost. I mean, you reduce by up to maybe, well, many researchers told us about 60% of cost, 70% of time. Social benefits, we generate more jobs for Peruvian people. Construction quality, this technology is automated, so it's more accuracy. We got more accuracy. And freedom in architectural design, increased safety at the construction site, export of people is reduced. Okay. Environmental benefits during construction, it means waste or solid waste is reduced. Barriers, we have 10 barriers. This is a technology development in our country. Printing materials, you know, you have to mix maybe a kind of soil with cement, another organic material. Social impact, uncertainty about new technologies, environmental impact, cost of implementation and maintenance that is related with the machine, dissemination of information. As I mentioned at the beginning, I'm an assistant professor and I try to teach my students some, like introduce new technologies, 3D printing, virtual reality, and something. Required capabilities, offsite manufacturing. This is one of the biggest problems, I think, because if you have an offsite machine, you have to transport the building, so it means more cost. And operational failures. Well, as I mentioned, we use AHP method and best words method, and we establish some criteria. As you can see, equal importance, slight importance, moderate importance, strong importance, and completely more important. Okay, as a result, we got general data. That means 20 professionals are engineer, magister, doctor, civil engineering, architect, and others. Others means industrial engineering, mechanical engineering. And we also, what currently perform of those 20 professionals. And also professional experience type, what means if the professional is a teacher, or maybe is related with the construction or civil works, and related with the concrete technology, that means laboratory. And the most important slide is here, that is the ranking that we show you the average rating of the opportunities and barriers. We noticed that, the most important is that this technology increases safety at the construction site. And the most important barrier is this technology for us is in development. And to conclude, after having evaluated 65 papers, we got 6 opportunities and 10 barriers. And the main opportunities for the implementation is that this technology is safety at the construction site, construction quality, and social benefits. And we can reinforce those opportunities. And the main barriers were technology development, printing materials, and required capabilities. With this result, the country will be able to guide improvement action to overcome these barriers. As I mentioned, this paper or this presentation is the first step to implement a new technology. And finally, well, thank you for your attention. This is my personal information. Thank you.